What's up, everybody? This is Inside the Ring. We are your hosts. I be Mike, and with me, my tag team partner, Ray. Ray, how are you doing today?
Good. What's up?
Not much. I got to pretend that I am awake for the show because I am dead tired and starving.
I'll tell you what I'm tired of. Monday Night Raw.
And hence, this song here from The Who won't get fooled again because I, for one, am not going to get fooled again.
Nope.
I'm tired of Raw. I'm quitting Raw. That's it.
I already put my 2 weeks notice in.
That's it. I'm done with Raw. Cedric the Entertainer, I love you, but that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And especially for next week.
Yeah. 2 weeks notice right here. And I'm not even going to show up because I got sick time.
Next week is Al Sharpton hosting Raw.
Yeah.
That's why I'm playing this song. So anyway, this is right here. Watch this. That's it. So anyway, today show is going to be a little different, I think.
Oh yeah.
Instead of going down the rundown with Raw.
Yeah.
I like I said, I quit Raw. You gave them the 2 weeks notice, so you're officially done.
I'm done with Raw.
Your no compete contract is.
That's it. I have sick time. I'm using it right now. I'm not showing up for this week. I'm not showing up for next week.
I'm not showing up at all until I start seeing something good, or I'm getting told, "Hey, look, you better tune in to Raw because this is something right up your alley."
Yeah, this is
Other
crazy.
than that, I ain't got time to watch Al Sharpton on Raw.
I don't got time for Cedric the Entertainer. I mean, the guy is great on his own, but for Raw, I'm sorry, it's not going to work.
And it might piss off our contact at the WWE.
Oh, I know he's pissed.
But you know what? I'm sorry. I can't sit here and do a show and pretend I like something that I don't.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
You know, I'm sorry.
I'm going to stick to SmackDown.
Today, we have a returning guest that we had on the show.
Yeah.
Which is, well, it was, what was his YouTube name?
Snowy
Bop?
Snowy Bop, I believe it was.
Snowy Bop, but
we got to know him as Pete.
As Pete.
We had a few, conversations with him on our Twitters and YouTube mail, so we got to know a little bit more about the guy, So Pete, we got you on hold right now, so just hold on for that. We're going to talk about a couple more things. Just a rundown with the show, so people don't tune out right away. We're going to be talking about, we'll talk about Raw. We'll briefly go through it. And I'm talking about briefly who won, who lost, how long it took. That's it. We're not going to really go into it because there's really not much to go into. Yeah.
We had UFC 103.
Yep.
And then we had Mayweather fight.
Versus Marquez.
So we had MMA versus
boxing.
So we'll talk about that, I think, mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some TNA news.
Yeah,
I know
TNA.
we had No Surrender.
No Surrender. I missed it.
And that's because we're getting a lot of fans from the show wanting to talk about TNA.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with it now.
Yeah, I'm going to get right into TNA. I totally missed that pay-per-view, so that's my fault.
So, what do you want to do first? Do you want to get to the MMA boxing, or do you want to go to Raw first?
Let's do it. Let's talk about MMA.
Let's go. Okay, let's go with the MMA.
Well, actually, let's just get the Raw over with.
You want to get the Raw over with?
Let's give them the reviews. What happened on Raw? The matches, the time.
All right. Let me bring up my notes. So Raw was brought to you by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Smash Up, right?
Smash Up. And it was at Little Rock, Arkansas, which was the last day of Lillian Garcia.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
It was the last day for me.
Yeah, me too.
And it opens up with DX. Comes out. You know, my TiVo, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I missed about 50 minutes. Let's just say I missed the whole entire hour. Which wasn't much.
Right.
From what I'm reading from the notes.
Right.
But my TiVo, for some reason, didn't record Raw.
I think it was a sign.
Maybe. Even my TiVo might have said, this is bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you see that.
Nope. I mean, they have suggestions on here. And believe me, they put all kinds of crap on my suggestions. But believe me, my TiVo is like, I don't want to even suggest this. This is bloop, bloop. This sucks. Straight into the garbage. So check this out. Triple H with HBK versus Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase. They also had a Kofi Kingston against Jack Swagger.
and they had John Cena with Randy Orton, the contract signing.
Right.
Which is stupid to have. The contract signing, really?
Yeah.
It's pretty stupid. I mean, aren't they all the same?
Yeah.
And they're signing just a little piece of paper.
Yeah.
With their logo with the logo, what is it?
I don't even know why they even go through the contract signing, because usually contract signing is done through sports. And if they don't want to be a sport, if they don't want to be considered wrestling anymore, they shouldn't even do that.
So Cedric the Entertainer came out with a limo. He had the Bella Twins with him. He had a Jewish guy in a limo. Oh, no, I'm sorry, a rabbi doing a brisk on a baby. He had a goat in there. He had an old woman in there, and he smacked her ass.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It was just all over the place. Chavo gets in the mix, and then all of a sudden Santino gets in the mix, and now we have a Chavo versus Cedric the Entertainer with special guest referee Santino.
Oh my gosh.
The Miz versus Evan Bourne, which was a very good match. That's when I started.
That sounds good.
That's when I started to pick up Raw. That's when I started to watch it. Right in the middle of that, and Miz got the win, 1, 2, 3, clean in the middle.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, with his skull-crushing, whatever move it's called, whatever they want to call it nowadays. You know what? Why are these moves being so long named now?
Because they're trying to be creative. They're trying to be the new Stone Cold, the new Rocks. They're trying to be unique, and they're not going to be able to do it.
I mean, all it is, it's a modified move of Jeff Jarrett's move.
I don't know.
And whatever that was, it's just a face plant.
Yeah.
Like a reverse Russian leg sweep face plant.
Yeah.
What was Jarrett's move called? It was called the stroke or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was.
When you get him in a full Nelson and then you just kind of like face plant him when you fall. Yeah, whatever. Your winner, The Miz, and that took about 6 minutes. Alicia Fox went ahead and she was at ringside. Mickey James, coming from her booby injury.
Ooh.
She went against Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix, man, sometimes she looks good, sometimes she just looks way too buff. And I'm talking about Triple H buff.
Yeah.
So, actually, Beth Phoenix wins this one, and it only took a minute. U.S. title match, Kofi Kingston versus Jack Swagger. That was, I guess, a count out. It should be a no contest.
Yeah.
Because The Miz comes out and tries to steal the belt. And then Jack Swagger runs out and beats up The Miz, takes the belt, and then walks out.
Huh.
And that's set up for the pay-per-view coming up, Hell in a Cell, for a three-way title run right there.
In the Hell in a Cell?
In the Hell in a Cell.
That's not bad.
Kofi, yeah, I mean, they own it.
I'm tired of three-ways, but you know what? That's not bad. That sounds good. Those are three athletic people who can carry a match.
And don't get me wrong, I said I quit Raw. It doesn't mean the actual A show. Yeah. Which is SmackDown.
SmackDown. I'm just surprised SmackDown ain't getting the top ratings right now.
And I'm not really watching ECW as well.
Yeah. And ECW I do like. I do watch ECW.
And I don't think anybody watches Superstars. So
nobody watches Superstars. I don't even watch commercials when they come on. I change the channel.
So they had the Cedric the Entertainer match with Santino as a special guest referee and Chavo. Can I tell you about a funny story? I told you, but I want to share this with the fans.
Go for it.
So we're following these wrestlers on Twitter, right?
Right.
This is the only time on Twitter where they're actually real. They don't really play their characters.
Right.
Right? So Chavo tweeted, or twittered, however you say it.
Yeah.
Twittered on his account saying that he got on the plane, and now he's sitting next to Santino. And this was today, this morning. So he goes, what should I do to him to get him back for, I guess, what happened yesterday on Raw?
Uh-huh.
And he mentioned about putting his hands in warm water to make him pee. Which I don't think works, by the way.
I don't think that works.
The whipped cream on the fingertips or something nasty, he said, on the hands. So when he scratches his nose, he'll go pie face his own nose or something like that, right? And I went ahead. I just woke up to go to work. Uh-huh. So with my mind just going randomly in places, right? I went ahead and I replied back. I said, why don't you teabag his forehead?